Hello, welcome back to the channel. I did expect when I came back off holiday that today's episode would be end of season review and transfer special. How wrong could I be? It's a single match game because we are in the European playoff place semi-final. Can we go and win it? Let's find out. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 30 of Going Dutch as we try and turn around a Dutch side that's been relegated from the Eredivisie, in this case Waalwijk, as we try and return them to the top flight and leave them as an established side. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you one game. It's a game against FC Utrecht in the European place playoff semi-final, and a chance to get through to the final. I guess there's a European place at the end of it if we can get past whoever in the final. 2 games for a European place, but either way, we finished a very, very well placed 5th place finish in the Eredivisie. First season back in there, and obviously we'll be looking to try and do a little bit better than that next season. But it'd be good to have some European football mixed in as well, wouldn't it? So we'll see if we can do that today. Don't forget, if you do enjoy today's video, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. It all helps me here on YouTube, especially now with FM25 a little bit further away than what we originally thought. And of course, you can keep up to date with everything that we are doing here on the channel between now and FM25 simply by following me on X at JustOffsideFM. And a video that I squeezed in yesterday just talks roughly. I didn't want to go into any great debates about why SI have held off releasing the game. I think it's quite apparent the game's not ready, simply, and it needs to be ready, otherwise we'd all be moaning about it, as some people were moaning because it was delayed. So I think some fact of life is that they've decided they're not going to put a game out that's half cooked. They're going to wait until it's right and then put it out. My only concern is if we've spent £45 on a game in March, are they expecting you to spend another £45 again next October, November? I think SI, you should do something whereby if people buy the game, the FM25 game in March, that there's some form of discount that you can then get for the game in November. FM26. That's if they release it in that short space of time. It does mean that as a content creator, we're going to have to do something very slick with FM25 in anticipation that FM26 may come very closely behind. It's a bit like buses. Don't get anything for a while, and then you get 2 together. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's get on with it. You will seem to... Just one other thing to mention at this juncture in time is that I have been away on holiday for a couple of weeks, and I have to remember what we were doing before I went on holiday, let alone you. You will be up to date because you will have only seen Monday's episode. You'll know that we're going into this playoff semi-final. I knew a couple of weeks ago and had completely forgotten what we're doing. So today's game is let's just have a quick recap on where we finished up the season. Of final 2 games. Volendam, we won 3-1 after going behind. Lakessa and Lobinger getting 2 goals in that one. And then we lost 2-0 to AZ right on the end of the season. Could have finished and avoided the playoff places, as it turned out. I think that's how it was going to happen. Anyway, as I say, my memory's not that good. I'm sure you will tell me in the comments down below. But we do face FC Utrecht in the Eredivisie European Places playoff semi-final. The only thing to mention on this is our past record isn't particularly good against them. We did beat them at the Manor Makers earlier in the season. Well, I say earlier, back in March. It was a 1-0 win on that occasion. That man, Lobinger, he got to the goal after just 3 minutes, which was enough to see us past FC Utrecht. We played them 4 times earlier in the season. and it was earlier in the season, back in September. We lost 2-1 to them at their place. Goals from Van der Haar after 45. We got back level through William Beaton after 73, but it was Drambev's own goal on 84 that sunk us a 2-1 loss. And then when they were in the Eredivisie, before we joined them, before they lost 3-0 at FC Utrecht and 1-0 at the Mandermakers. Let's hope we can go and get our second win against them at the Mandermakers this season. Simply by getting us through to the final of the European playoffs. And a quick look at the that information. Anyway, we'll find out. Click on the right thing. We get the other semi-final is Sparta Rotterdam versus PEC Zwolle. And we'll find out, because they're playing the early game, we will find out who we are going to play if we get through before we play the game, to be fair. So what we may do before we come back with the team, we'll find out that bit of information. But just a recap on the table of how it finished. Feyenoord champions again. PSV breaking up the party, because for 2 seasons in a row it's been Feyenoord, AZ and Ajax in the 1-2-3. PSV getting in amongst it this season. Ajax, who finished third, I think, for the goodness knows how many seasons, have finished third again. AZ this time finishing 4th instead of 2nd. And we finished a very, very well done 5th with Sparta Rotterdam just behind us. Right, enough of the talk. Let's go and have a look. We do have extended highlights. I do say, if you just bear with me, we'll come back and find out who wins the first semi-final. And I can tell you, we will be playing Sparta Rotterdam if we can beat FC Utrecht. PEC Zwolle. It was a very tight game, and it took into the first minute of injury time at the end of the game for Appin. I presume it goes to penalties if nobody wins it. Appin, the scorer for Sparta Rotterdam in that one. Let's just have a look at the stats if we can. Are you going to let me have a look at the stats? We are going to have a look at the stats. Thank you very much. Played at the Het Kasteel in Rotterdam. As I said, 1-0. Sparta Rotterdam, 12 shots, 4 on target. Pretty even game. Zwolle, 10 shots, 3 on target. 8.81 versus 0.7 on the old XG. Sparta Rotterdam did have the bulk of the possession, but obviously couldn't find a way through past Zwolle, and they hung on in there right until the death almost, and unfortunately coming asunder right at the last. Let's hope that doesn't happen to us today. As you will see, there are playoff places towards the bottom of the table. In fact, these are all teams that are playing in the Keukenkampioen for a right to play go-ahead Eagles, potentially to try and secure that promotion. But more about that a little bit later on, possibly in the end of season review video. Today it's more important to find out whether we can get past FC Utrecht and get through to that final of the European Places playoff against Sparta Rotterdam. Well, here is the team that will face Utrecht in this European place playoff semi-final, and I never know whether it's a good time to experiment. And I say experiment to change things around, but this was the formation that got past Volendam in that game before the game against AZ, and decided today that that's what we would do. We're going to go to a slightly more sort of attacking prowess of positive, but today we're playing a 5-1-3-1, or you can call it a 3-3-4. I don't know what formation it will give us, but this is the team then. Setford is in goal. Kongaloo, Martins Indy and Lemure make up our defensive line. Drambev and Shrivers as the complete wing backs. Rosier plays in between them. It's Toure out on the left, Peter out on the right. Lekesa is in between them. Castanares is the attack up front. And then on the bench, we have Vassen, Leveld, Hansen, Varro, Gari, Oakley, Old Chica, Van der Boij, Oaksonen, Latonda, Duran, and Lobinger. One of the advantages of seeding, and we are at home playing this formation. Utrecht playing a flat back three, pretty much similar formation to us, actually. We have extended highlights on, so FC Utrecht get the game underway. And that ball long top is going to get there, and it's cut out. It's gone for a goal kick. A cagey affair for the first 25 minutes. Peters with a corner. It's swung in. It's headed clear. Lekesa is there. Picks it up. Back to Peters. Peters inside to Lekesa. Lekesa puts it away. His third goal of the season. And we go 1-up on 27 minutes. I think it's either 26 or 27. And it was well worked in the end. It was headed away. Lekesa picked it up. Peters running onside. Back to Lekesa. Lekesa created a bit of space through the legs of the defender. And on 26 minutes, we go 1-up. 34 minutes on. And a free kick for FC Utrecht. Top to Romani. Van der Horn. Booth. Audets. Van Haar through the top. He's put it wide. And their best chance to date. It's one through the top. Not many chances going, but puts that well wide. Well, bear in mind, we've got extended highlights on. Not much doing in that first half. It was pretty evens. We've had 3 shots, 2 of which have been on target. 0.31 and 41% of the possession. They've had 3 shots, just the one on target. 0.32 and 59% of the possession. We have a slight lead at half time. We could do with extending that lead and being a bit more potent in the second half. And we get the second half underway. They made one change at half time. Van der Haar is off. Drambev, didn't see much of him in the first half. Peter, Drambev. Rossia, Drambev and Rossia trying to work it down this wing, but Drambev is being forced backwards. Setford, he's gone out wide for Shrivers. Shrivers, Barkas with a goal kick on 48 minutes. It's one back by Rosier to Peter. Peter loses the ball though, but it's back to Barkas. Audets. Booth. Back to Barkas. Trying to find a way out and can't at the minute. They have now though. And we need to be careful. Oh, cut it out. And it's picked up by Shrivers. Back to Setford. Lemuri. Setford. He has Congolo out here. Rosier. Drambev, Peter, as we come forward, tuck that inside to Castanares. Castanares cuts it back for Lekesa, who has a shot. It's blocked by the goalkeeper. Toure picks the ball up out wide. Shrivers pulls it back to Lemuri. Shrivers again into the area, but he's been thwarted in his attack. Just showed too much of the ball to the defender. He defended it very, very well. And it was a promising attack. Castanares tucked it inside. Shrivers, that was Lekesa's shot. 52 on the clock. Held with a throw-in on that far side. Lawrence, referee, getting in the way. It's through to top. Back to Audets. Van der Horn. Audets. Needs to be cutting this ball out again. Giving them too much room at the minute. Booth through to Bogard. And Bogard puts it away. Or Bogend. And they've got the equaliser on 54. It's not going to be as simple as what we hoped. Well worked goal. And they had a few in numbers. Setford looking for him to put it to the near post. Didn't. 55 on the clock now. And FC Utrecht again. This time we're going forward. Peter through to Castanares. And it's blocked by the defender. Goes for a corner. Can be dangerous at corners. Toure with the corner. This one's deep. Back post. It's headed clear. Rosier. Laquesa's relieved of the ball. Bogarde. Oh, no. And it's gone wide. In fact, it was deflected. It's gone for a corner to FC Utrecht. Booth crosses this ball deep. It's headed clear. Held is out there. Penalties if this is held up for too long, as in it's a draw. On it's all FC Utrecht at the minute. Held. Bosdigan. 68 on the clock now. Booth. Oh, it's a shot. And it's deflected wide by Setford. Saved the day. It was on target. He's put it wide. Booth. Cross this one deep. Setford comes out and collects. And with 74, nearly 75 minutes on the clock, making two changes. Shriver's is off. We have replaced him with Julian Leveld. And the other change that we've made is Farouk Limuri. Both these players getting tired has been removed. Rossier drops into that defensive line. And Oaksonen comes on for Limuri. No more highlights in between. 85 minutes on the clock now. And we have made our final three changes. Those changes are as follows. Laquesa has now come off. We have replaced him with Patrick Varro. Varro going into that midfield. Oaksonen going up in behind Lobinger. Lobinger is a change. He's replacing Castanaras, who can't find a way through up front. These players getting tired as well. Toure is off. Peter goes back out to the right. Latonda comes in on the left in place of Toure. And for our final change, we have taken off. I think that is it, isn't it, actually? We changed Lemure and Shrivers last time. Laquesa has come off for Varro, Toure, and Castanaras. That is all our changes. Castanaras and Lobinger, the change. Let's go and see if we can get a winning goal. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Else, it's penalties. Well, I said it was penalties. I lie. We have extra time first, and this is how it's ended up. We are on the underside. Well, it's pretty much still even Stevens. Not winning the possession, though. They've had 7 shots, 3... Sorry, we've had 7 shots, 3 on target, 0.81 and 42% of the possession. They've had 8 shots, 4 on target and 0.58. It's 1-1 as we go into the first period of extra time. First period of extra time, and Engvall gets us underway again. FC Utrecht have the ball. Both sides made the 5 changes during that early period. 100 minutes on the clock. Martinez and Vestal crossed in. Oh, no. Oh, I think it's deflected. It's not. In fact, it's gone for a goal kick. Romane turning on it over the top. And that's the end of the first period. Still even Stevens. They have a slight better XG now. 9 shots, 4 on target. We have 9 shots, 3 on target. Still can't wrestle that possession away from them. I'm not sure whether we're just not winning it in midfield or what's going on. And we do possibly look to make another change shortly as well. Need to review that. Lobinger gets the second half of extra time underway. I have realised that there is no, in this particular competition, there's no extra substitutes. We have a free kick, 160 minutes. Rowe crosses it in. It's headed clear. Oaksonen back to Rosier. Looking for a way through. Crossed it deep. Peter! And it's gone over the top. 1 minute of added time. Oaksonen back post. It's gone in! Martins Indy. Question of VAR is going to look at it. And it's literally down to VAR whether we win this game or whether this is going to penalties. It's disallowed. So it's going to penalties, boys and girls. 1 minute of added time, and we are in that minute. I think they want penalties. Ball fired forward. Can we recycle it one more time? Oaksonen into Latonda. It's gone through, it's cut out, and it is penalties. Oh, dearie me. So we've gone all the way to penalties, and Utrecht will take the first one. Romane up against Setford. Setford goes the wrong way, and it's 1-0 to Utrecht. Drambev. How did he get? I'm not sure how he got at the top of the list there, but he's put it away all the same. Engeval. Next up for Utrecht. Oh, it's been saved by Setford. And, well, Peter is next up. Oh, straight to the goalkeeper. I think he missed the penalty recently as well. So it's 1-1 after 2. Setford has to do it all again. Iqbal. And he saved it. Setford has saved the second one in a row. Lobinger, we need you to put this one away, boy. Lobinger puts it away. And we have a 2-1 lead after 3. Martinez is up next. Can Setford make a name for himself? Oh, not this time. Top corner. And it's 2-2 again. Latonda is up next, facing Barkas. Just needs to put this away. He has bottom corner. Barkas going the right way, but he's powerful and in the corner. 3-2 after 4. Lawrence, if he misses this or scores, it's all down to the final penalty. No pressure. Lawrence sent for the wrong way. And Martins Indy gives us the chance to go through to the final and another episode. Martins Indy then stepping up. And the goalkeeper nearly got there, but he's got it. And we've won 4-3 on penalties. And we are through to the final. We've got rid of FC Utrecht. Bogendies was the player that got the player of the match. As you'll see, plenty of greens in their thing. But Setford, 2 penalty saves and a cracking day. We just didn't get any on target. 10 shots, 3 of which were on target. 0.88 and 46% of the possession. They had 9 shots, 4 on target, 1 on the XG and 54% of the possession. But we have overcome them and we have got through to the final of the Eredivisie European Places playoff. Well, confirmation of that win over FC Utrecht. Peter not scoring his penalty. Romney scoring. Engeval missing. Iqbal missing. Martinez and Lawrence scoring. We had goals from Drambev, Lobinger, Latonda and Martins Indy. Gave us that win. And it means that we will be playing Sparta Rotterdam in the final Eredivisie European Places playoff final. It will be played at the Mandamakers Stadion on Thursday the 28th of May, which is a week away. And as we were the higher seeded, finished higher in the table, we have home advantage in the tie. they've been in poor form of late, apparently. A bumper crowd expected. Last won the competition in 1959. Current holders of the competition are Feyenoord Rotterdam, apparently. So let's have a look and see how that sits up. Sparta Rotterdam then, playoff final. We've lost to them twice this season. 1-0 at the Het Kasteel. It's single goal. Kitsilano, the scorer in that one. And then a 3-2 loss. But they beat us literally in 2 minutes into injury time. So we don't want that to happen again. Castanaris and Shrivers, the scorers for us in that game. Done getting an equaliser after 64. Kitlano replying to Shrivers, giving us the lead again from the penalty spot. And Lebete was the winner. As I say, 2 minutes into injury time in that game. So we're going to come back for that final, the final game, potentially, of our season. And you can join me for that on the next episode, episode 31. And I hope you will join me for that. Well, what more is there to say? I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Going Dutch and our other series, bottom to the top, as they are released. New episodes of Going Dutch released every Monday and Thursday, 4:15 p.m. for the foreseeable future, as FM25 has been delayed. If you've not been in the loop with regards to that, where have you been? The best way of keeping up to date what's happening on this channel is follow me on X at JustOffsideToo. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. It's going to be episode 31. Hopefully, it's out on Monday. And it's the Eredivisie European Places Playoff Final against Sparta Rotterdam. Can we get through? We'll find out.